Like what George Fox had put up on your, you shared it. Tell me about working with him.
I got a cassette one day sent to the office when I was doing A&R, and it had a local grocery store price sticker on it for 2.99. And I played it, and again, like Pink Floyd, I went, I'm not sure, but I think this is really good. And it's totally independent. So I took it into my boss at the time, Stan Kulin, who was the president of Warner's, who also liked country music. And I said, Stan, do me a favor, have a listen to this and see if this is, because we weren't doing country. Canadian country music was like, seriously? And literally 20 minutes later, he listened to four songs. He was in my office. He said, get the guy on the phone. Call him right now. Stan sat down. And this is a true story because George has told this a million times. He lived in Cochrane, Alberta. So I called up, and this little elderly hello? Old lady answers the phone. And I said, hello, I'm trying to reach George Fox. My name is Bob Roper, and I work with Warner Brothers Records because I knew she wouldn't know what WEA was, Warner Electric Line, didn't have a clue. And he's out in the barn. Give me a minute. And I hear step, step, step. George, there's some guy from a record company on the phone. A few seconds later, I hear, hello? I said, George, this is Bob. 2 weeks later, we signed him. It was like, and his parents' names were Bert and Gert, Bertram and Gertrude, Bert and Gert. And 6 weeks later, we had him opening for Randy Travis's national tour.
It's nuts.
That's how fast it went.
How did he
And
take it? How, that's a big transition.
he
You've
was
talked
he was beside himself. He just won the lottery.
yeah.
This is like he had to sell two of his cows, his prized cows, to make enough money to pay for the record that they did in Calgary with his friend, the guitar player. Had no band. Now all of a sudden he's got to open for Randy Travis. So we found a local country pickup band that was just doing covers. He rehearsed the tunes. They learned 8 tunes because he had like a 35-minute set opening for Travis, and off he went. And I ended up getting Leonard Rambo, who was Anne Murray's manager, to manage him. I called up Leonard, who I know he was a mentor for me, and I said, Leonard, I got something I want. He said, what do you want, Anne to listen to it, to record? I said, no, I want you to manage him. He said, well, we're not thinking about management. I said, have one listen to this cassette. You tell me whether you want. And he played it for Anne. Anne listened to it on a plane coming back from Vegas, or on her way to Vegas, and said, let's meet this guy. So we literally flew him into Toronto. We cut the deal. He met with Anne, and literally it, boom, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It was over. Now he's in the Country Music Hall of Fame here,
Yeah.
So